Okay, hi, I'm Rob, and today I'm gonna show you how to replace your headlights on a '07 Suburban. They're '07, I think, on up to '13 are about the same. We're gonna put some aftermarket ones in here. Yeah, as you can see, these are pretty dull from being out in the sun a lot. So it's gonna show you some quick, easy steps on how to remove it, how to get it replaced, and just watch how we do it. Okay, now this is the top of the light on the driver's side. We got two 10mm bolts, one right here, and then we got one on the side that we're going to have to pull the bumper partially off to get access to that bolt. Okay, we got a 10mm bolt right here that needs to be taken off, and then we're going to come down and we're going to loosen. There's like 4 screws along the side of the bumper, this plastic skin, and it's got to pop off, and we got to do both sides and then just gently pop this edge off, and then we can get access to the side bolt that goes in the side of that mounts the headlight. That's the most difficult part of the whole job, is just getting to this last bolt. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Okay, this is our first 10mm bolt that we got to take out. So kind of loosen it up there, and then pop it off. We'll spin it off. I usually set up screws up there. Got one more right here up on top. Gonna take it off. We'll set it up over here, out of the way. The next step, we gotta remove these couple fasteners here, and then a couple 7mm. I believe that's 7. Let me double check. Yeah. Okay, we got to remove these 2 plastic clips right here. Kind of work it back and forth, and get underneath it, and pull it out. You got another one right here. Work it back and forth till it comes out. We can be back here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then we're going to remove this screw right here, 7mm. Sometimes it's just better to pull this off and spin it by hand. Okay, we got one more screw at the top of the fender, right here. And don't forget the tricky one that's kind of hidden back here. Get you another little plastic Christmas tree fastener. And get that one out of the way. Okay, now you got to get underneath the vehicle, and there's 3 screws along this bumper on the air dam that we got to remove. There's 3 on each side, so I'm going to remove those. Okay, I just got on the ground, removed 6 screws on the bottom of the air dam that holds the front bumper. And then now we got to remove 6 bolts here on the grill. So when we pop the bumper up enough and out to get to this last bolt that's right here. So a little bit of work, but we can do it. I'm going to loosen them up first and then just spin them off by hand. Okay, that's all loose. Okay, I cheated a little bit because I've got a lift here, and I put it up in the air so I could get all the screws that are underneath the air dam. Got those all loose, and the fender well loose is here. And so now what we're going to do is pop this up and out. This should come out. Get this to pop up. That's kind of locks in there. There we go. Kind of pops a little bit. Okay, so now we got this one 10mm bolt right here. And this is the hard one that we've been trying to get to. And this is the last bolt that holds the headlight assembly. Yeah, we'll take this one loose here. Okay. And now our headlight should come out. Okay, now it's loose. Okay, so now we got another pigtail here we want to release. Push on the button and pull it apart. Okay, we got the right hand passenger side headlight assembly out. If you need to replace a bulb, simply all you have to do is turn this connector and then pull it out. And then pop this out, put the new one in, stick it back in the hole, push it in, twist the lock, you're done. Okay, if we want to replace this bulb, all we simply have to do is twist it and pull it out. Replace that bulb, put it back in, twist it so it lines up and pushes in flat, twist it, and it's locked. If you need to do a marker lamp, all you do is twist this one, pull it out, and replace that bulb. On the headlights that we installed on this particular vehicle, we removed this wire harness and then we attached it to the new headlight assembly, and then we had to modify, attach a ground wire and a hot wire for the low beams. So we attached to this blue wire and the black wire, and that gave us our juice for the LEDs. It's fairly simple once you get everything apart. It's just kind of a few bolts and nuts, that you got to take off, and you can get this job done pretty simple. Okay, this is a custom headlight that we installed. It's not production, but it's very similar. It's got some LEDs right here, and then it's got some LED rings, and then halogen bulbs in there. And what we did on this side, we spliced in the wires into the low beam setup, and that should give us power all the time. And then we're going to install it. Make sure everything's out of the way. And then she should line right back up to where we need to be. Just like that. The main thing before we button everything up, want to make sure that everything's working properly, because you don't want to have to pull it back out after you've installed everything if something's not right. So now's the time to check everything, make sure your turn signals, your marker lamps, your high, low beams, everything work, and then button it up. Okay, we just got done finishing putting on the headlight assemblies. They look really good, they operate very well. One good thing that happened was, it wasn't a good thing, but the reason we double check everything before we totally bolt it back in is to check operation, and one of the headlights, low beams, was not working. So we had to go to the auto store, O'Reilly's, and picked up another headlight bulb. So we got that all back together, and now I'm ready to put the front bumper and the fascia back on, and you can watch me do that. It's pretty simple. Okay, just line up your tabs here. Okay. This one's a little bit tighter, but I think we can get her here. There we go. Just got to bump it in like that, and it'll snap right into place. Now all we have to do is attach these screws and plastic fasteners back to the fender well. And we got a couple bolts up underneath and screws that we need to reattach. Okay, we just got done assembling the headlights on this '07 Suburban. Everything turned out really good. It's a little more work than the older models. You got to pull that front bumper off like we said earlier and showed you. We just got everything back together, and you shouldn't be too intimidated to try this job. It'll take a little bit of patience, but you can do it. I'm sure of that.